Thank you very much for that beautiful, very, very important, very, very important, effective communication of your vision so that the people can understand what the vision is. Right. So do we have another person that would like to give us very quickly? Thank you so much, Mr. Daniel, for that beautiful input. Do you have another person that want to give us, please, one more person? Please, looking for one more person that will make my day. Do you have another one person that wants to do that to us? What's to that for
Hello.
you? Okay, Prosper, good. Go ahead, Prosper. All right, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I the thing is that I was yesterday. Hello.
Hello, yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead. Okay, let's just assume it's network. But I think we just move up, just move on right away because we have a lot to do today, right? So, but at least the willingness to want to talk means that there's something that we all gained yesterday, and so which is that's very, very beautiful. I just want to just quickly brief us up to the upcoming sections and the agenda for today's meeting. All right, yeah. So today being like the last day of the event, right? Say second day of the event, like also the last day, we have um a lot of activities
Sorry,
for
for
us.
kicked me out.
All right, so moving on, I'll just we have beautiful lines of activity for today, right? And one of the very, very, very most important thing that we're going to be doing today, please don't miss it. We'll be going to it just right away in a few minutes time. But let me just um preview as to the things that we have in front of us today. So we have a beautiful guest coming. Mr. David Adeoye is coming to talk to us about project management and strategic planning, right? Very, very, very key. Very, very key. So we'll be learning an overview of project management principles, including planning, execution, monitoring, and evaluation. Focus on aligning projects with ERA's long-term goals. Very, 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 very important. So, it's a life skill actually. It's a life skill. Knowing that even beyond ERA, if I've been following us, you know that this thing is not just about ERA, it's also about personal development and their skills that we're going to be needing even in life generally. All right, we'll be having question and answer interactive sections. All right, very important. Right, so if you have questions from yesterday, you have questions about ERA, you have seen a lot of things about us on social media, you are curious about something, that'll be a beautiful time for you to ask your question. So please, it's important that if you can be noting out your question now so that we can just, when the time comes, we just go right into it, right? But we'll be starting up with something very important, very, 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 very important, and that's the volunteer onboarding or breakout section. So we'll be going into that um, in few minutes now, right? We'll go into that very, 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 very soon, right? So we want to let us know, when you were filling the form to join ERA, you'll see that there were different um, we have organizational structures, and we have people joining different departments, if you permit me to use that word, right? So we'll be having time to meet with each leader of that unit or that department. Then we'll be having discussion peculiar to our unit, and that is a very important part of today's event. You don't want to miss that. Volunteer onboarding breakout section. Then we have final guidance. We have someone coming to take us on. Someone give us a recap of that. Then we have a closing stuff from there. So we have very important things. So the major things we are doing today is that project management and strategic planning. Very important. Our guest is on his way to deliver a very excellent presentation on that. And then we have the volunteer onboarding breakout section. Please, you don't want to miss that. And that's very, very, very important for today's event. So please, let's sit tight and enjoy the event today. All right. Right into it, we'll be going into the volunteer onboarding breakout session, right? We'll be going right into that. And after this section, we'll be going into the discussion on the project management and strategic planning by Mr. David Adeoye. All right, I hope we're excited. Are we still with me? Please, are we still with me? All right, I want to believe so. All right, so please, if you're still okay, yes, please, if you're still with me, can you just reply with an emoji? Good, yes. Please, can you just reply with an emoji? I want to be sure we are together. With an emoji on the chat box. Please, let's do that very quickly. Yeah, still with me. Let me just see. Reply with your favorite. Very good. I'm already seeing people. Thank you. All right. All right.
So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mr. David. So we can move on your Zoom. You should be able to see breakout rooms in progress, and the respective team leads are already waiting for you. So after 30 minutes, this interaction. This is just to interact at a very, at a very small groups. So we have design and creatives, content writing, social media, project management, and all of that. So you can click on the particular thing you showed interest in when you were filling your form. Assuming on your form you chose design and creatives, so just click on join and you can join the team straight up. So let's do that, and we have 30 minutes. So our time. So let me wait for us while everybody join. So join the team that you filled in your form. So So after this session this afternoon, you'll be added to the WhatsApp group properly. But for this particular um, session, join your group, join the team in the breakout room. So let's do that now. And we have 30 minutes to just do that, and we're going to end that. So team leads, your time starts now. I guess people are having network issues. So how are we going to do it now? The social media management team are already having their session.
Good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
How are you doing, sirs? How is everything?
Yeah, I am fine. Happy new month.
That's true. February 1st. Yes. Happy New Month.
No, very first.
February 1st. Wow. Great to have you. My name is Joshua Okebola. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The person that is supposed to lead this team, I think, is having network issues. So,
Okay.
content. Okay, I think he's having network issues, but in the meantime, let me just stand in for him. And so we are just here to interact, to get to know ourselves on an informal level. It's not an official this thing. So, and I'm going to be also be talking about what is expected of us as volunteers.
Mm.
And we're also going to be looking at some of the things that ERA is all about, our code of conduct as an organization. So, so let me just start by introducing myself. My name is Joshua Olusegun. I studied physics in my undergraduate. I'm currently doing my master's in physics at the University of Ibadan. So, I'm a young man. I'm not married. I'm single, and I'm passionate about climate change and the energy sector because I believe that the energy sector impacts the climate change a lot. So this is what I'm passionate about, and I look forward to seeing a future where clean energy becomes the norm. So that's me. So can you also, someone else also introduce themselves? Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
All right. Go on.
Uh, can anyone hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me too?
Uh, yes, I can loud and clear. I am Adeoye. I'm a young man, vibrant as well, and I have my academic background in geology from the University of Ibadan. My highest level of degree at the moment is master's degree. So regarding that, I'm an applied geochemist. Then I'm a data analyst.
You are much welcome, sir. It's nice hearing from you. Thank you so much. That's so impactful and insightful. We are very grateful. So I'm going to hand over to Mr. Mayowa to take it up from here. Is our lead team lead for research and advocacy. So over to you, Mr. Mayowa.
Good morning, everyone. Although I can't hear Mr. Joshua, thanks for coming in sweet. Actually step away from my phone, so I don't know that the breakout section has started. I can't hear you very well. That's what is causing my issue this morning. Your own voice is very low. Why the brother that I just finished, I could hear him very clearly. Oh, that was Mr. Adeoye, right? Um, I want to welcome everyone to the breakout section this morning. This unit is going to be for the research. It's going to be for the research and management team. That's policy making team. So that's why we're here this morning.
Okay, we have wind, we have solar, we have hydro. I would love you to introduce yourself, but so I don't lose my line of thought. I think Daniel mentioned.
Yes, so I'm welcoming us all back to the general group. So we're going to be continuing from here. So thank you everybody for participating. Thank you everybody for participating in the general group, and you are all welcome. So we're going to be doing something for the benefit of those who are not able to be in attendance yesterday, and we're going to do it very briefly. I'm going to be showing us, introducing to us the ERA team, which you just spoke, people which you've just spoken to in the breakout rooms. They are the brain behind all that you are seeing in HERA. So I'm going to be sharing one or two things with us. All right, so just hold on. Okay, thank you so much. So full screen. Where's my Zoom? You see this technology called Zoom, not many of us are familiar with it. And I know some of us, that breakout room feature, we didn't even see it. So it's understandable. We are getting better by day. So I believe that by next time we're having something similar to this, people will know how it works better. So this is Energy Reboot Africa. You have been introduced to that. And this particular document contains, these are the things, I just want to give an overview. I believe some of these things might have been introduced to you in the breakout room, but for people that were not able to be in the breakout room, that's why I have to do a summary of it. So Energy Reboot Africa is a pioneering force in driving the global energy transition towards a sustainable future through literacy and advocacy. So in short, we envision a sustainable future, sustainable power by clean energy. We believe in a future where clean forms of energy becomes the norm. So, and we are excited to have you join us on this train to be that team and that army of change makers. So you are welcome on board once again. So to all the volunteers, this document is going to be made available to you by your team lead. So so you can request for it. So our pivotal SDGs includes affordable and clean energy, that's SDG 7 and SDG 13. And according to research, these two SDGs goals aligns with about 14 other SDG goals. They directly affect them. For instance, now zero hunger. I think that is no poverty, zero hunger. That's SDG 1 and 2 or thereabout. And if there is affordable energy and clean energy, there will be increase in food production. If there's good climate, it's going to encourage good agricultural produce. So these things affect virtually all the SDG goals, and that is why every major stakeholders all over the world want people to know about these things, and that's one of those things driving our passion at Energy Reboot Africa. So these are the things we do, our objectives, advocacy, education, awareness, and all of those things. So these are values. It was made mention yesterday. These are our values. It was mentioned yesterday. So we have certain roadmap. We have certain roadmap which we have outlined for this year, 2025. They are divided into into four: the first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter, and the fourth quarter. So, and we are starting with the first quarter, which is going to be between January and March. And we felt it's good that we start on a note of equipping ourselves for the tasks that we have ahead. So that's why we started with volunteers, onboarding, and leadership training, leadership development. And everyone that was here yesterday could agree with me with that it was a very explosive event yesterday. And maybe let me apologize on behalf of our speaker. He's actually in a fix, and I'm not even sure of his availability again today. But we are going to go on and hope that maybe, because this kind of training, they're going to be coming up at subsequent time, maybe by the time the year is half, maybe by June, we're going to have another assessment training, because we want our volunteers to be equipped to be strategic leaders in the world and in every sphere of their endeavors, not just in Energy Reboot Africa. So by maybe some other time in June, July, we're going to have maybe another session like that. Or let me confirm if our speaker is already on the call. Mr. David Adeoye, sir, are you already with us? I can't get any notification from him. If he's going to make it to this meeting, he's supposed to have been here by now. So this is already some minutes to 1. So we're not going to take too much of our time. As soon as we are done with this, the other official processing of onboarding will be done. We're going to. So I want to request Mr. Boluwatife to help me with taking the attendance of participants that are on this call. Mr. Boluwatife, can Mr. Boluwatife respond to let me know that he can hear me? Mr. Boluwatife, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, please. All right, please help me to take the attendance of the participants today. So as I was saying, building our team. So, and ERA, we're going to be having quarterly events. Quarterly events and quarterly community outreach. Is Mr. Bolu saying anything to me? All right. So we have the details of all of these things. I wish I can share two screens at the same time. Let me see if I can share the screen for that contains the details of our quarterly webinar. So that will be every two months. By the third month, we're going to be having a webinar. Last year, we had quite a number of webinars, and we have top spokesmen, thought leaders from all over the world come to speak to us at ERA in educating us. So our webinar is basically for education, but very soon we're going to be using our webinars for awareness as well. So, and we're also going to be having quarterly outreach majorly to schools and to organizations to sensitize them about this thing, called energy and climate change, to sensitize them, to let them be aware and how they can begin to take responsibility. So yesterday, somebody asked that, how can somebody is using the notes, the note option, please, 1 minute. All right. I have to disable an annotation for others so that, All right, thank you. So I'm currently talking on our quarterly webinar. So we're going to be having quarterly outreach too, which will be physical events. And very soon we're going to be looking at having projects as soon as we started getting grants from organizations. By the time we have grants, to finance those projects, we're going to embark on the project as well. But for now, we are basically going all out for webinar series and the community engagement that will include going to schools, secondary schools, organizations, and peoples like that. And we're going to be having maybe on the World Environment Day, we can have a little event to that effect, maybe like operation recycling drive and things like that. But all of these things are going to be shared with us at our respective team levels. So quarterly community outreach. So I was going to talk about how individuals that are scattered all across the country. I will even have people from outside the country that are part of Energy Reboot Africa volunteers. So by the time we started any of these projects, people that are not based, we are based in Ibadan. The teams we are all based in the leadership teams. We are mostly based in Ibadan. So by the time we are organizing an event in Ibadan, so as it's convenience for you, assuming you are in Nasarawa, as it's convenience for you, the events we are the blueprint and the template we are using to organize an event here in Ibadan will be shared with any volunteer that stays outside Ibadan, maybe in any state. The same blueprints will be shared with you, the templates, and you are going to be supported at any agreeable capacity to be able to carry out that event. And of course, such event, you are going to get a kind of a certificate of accomplishment for it, so that it can be added to your CV and all of that, or for other benefits. So by the time we start having such events, every other person all over the place, it will depend on their availability and on their willingness. We are not going to enforce anybody to do the same event in their states or in their country. It's going to be based on your availability, and ERA is going to support and they're going to recognize your efforts, and it's going to be on record. So that's how people that are not in Ibadan can also participate in a physical outreach. So how can you participate in quarterly webinar online? Of course, if it is online, everybody all over the country, all over the world can participate. And we really want you to help us to publicize it within your state, within your community about this event, because these events are very educative. They are very, very enlightening, eye-opening. And we are looking at having a wider coverage all over the country. And also, we really want you to also engage our social media handles, share with your people, because internet don't give border. It crosses across border. It goes across borders. So we can all move this effort virtually from wherever we are. Whenever we have educative webinars, we all are expected to be there. We all are expected to invite everybody in our community, in our society, in our state to be in attendance. So those are the ways we can actively participate. More of these things I'm saying will be shared with us in a written document at our respective team levels. So strategic partnership. So the team leads designated for this, they're going to be working on how to get conferences we can attend as an organization, events we can attend as an organization, and partnership with other organizations to carry out some things together, to do some things, and that also includes research and collaboration. So that's expanding our reach. So we're going to, so as time goes on, by the end of the year, by December, there won't be any event in December. We're going to only do review of all we have achieved this year. So we have a roadmap, we have an engagement plan for this year. It's going to be shared with us, and we really encourage you to stay tuned. In your form, we ask you how many hours you'll be willing to spare to work with ERA per week, and good number of us gave a good response. And we are going to strictly adhere to that. We're not going to give you tasks, things to do that we encroach into your time. All of us on this team, we have one or two things we are doing. Most of us are students, some of us are working class, some of us, so we do not, so this is not yet, we don't have any employed personality. It's a fully a volunteering organization, okay? And for some of you that knows the benefit of volunteering, you know that it's a very good aspect of your CV for many opportunities they want to see. And any of us that need recommendation can easily walk up to their team leads and request for recommendation. But that will be possible if we have observed your consistency over time. Because somebody that we've not seen for weeks, for months, should not just come and meet us and say, oh, you want to identify with Energy Reboot Africa. That might not be possible. So please, let's take note of that. Thank you so much. So moving on from here, Let's go to the next slide. So this is our team. These are the 7 powerful team. 7 means perfection. So it's a very perfect team. For now, these people we are also volunteers. But we have been saddled with the servant responsibility to do the dirty jobs, to do the groundwork, and just serve you the finished materials. So we have Samuel Dokas, that's the head for content writing team. We have Boluwatife Lucian, which is the head social media and communications team. We have Tumino, who is heading the sponsorship and grants. And we have Mr. Akinwale Mayowa, who is heading the research and advocacy team. Christiana Adesa, head volunteering and engagement and training. And we have Shegun David, head programs and events, and myself, Joshua Kibola. So we're going to be working together. Some of these people, you have met them at the breakout rooms and they've introduced themselves to you. We are all passionate individuals who working towards a sustainable future. Thank you so much. So moving on, based on the data we have from our volunteering form for this year, we see that we have more of males that are volunteering with us, which is so interesting. Yeah, female also are very necessary, are very needed in this campaign for climate justice. So, and we have the team that has the highest volunteer is policy and research team, as you can see. So in short, we are so glad to have you, and we can't wait to work with you. So thank you so much for staying tuned. And the room, if you have any question for me, please do well to raise your hand and I'm going to call you, or you can use the chat box if your network is not that stable. So any question from all that I've said so far, please signify either by raising your hand or using the chat box. Am I seeing everybody? Okay. Any question? If you don't have question for me, I have question for you. I have question for you in case you don't have question for me. I want someone that can summarize what ERA is all about to us. From what you have learned so far in this onboarding session, what can you say about ERA? In your own words, you don't need to quote anybody word for words, but in your own words, in your own understanding. Anybody?
Yes, good morning, sir. Afternoon, rather. It's afternoon already.
Okay. All right, go on.
Can I proceed, sir? Okay, my name is Solomon Mondi Ojuma. I am volunteering in the research and policy subgroup. So from the session so far, I've learned that the Energy Reboot Africa is all about making impact in sustainability. And coming from my own perspective, conducting research, I'm presenting them to influence change in the society. It will go a long way in aiding the smooth transition into a more sustainable form of energy. Like we already have the solar form of energy, we have the compressed natural gas, that's the CNG. We have nuclear energy, though, and a lot of others, just to reduce the depletion of the ozone layer and to preserve our climate. So all we are going to be doing is how we can use our experience and learn from this scheme, but to the general perspective of influencing change in the community. So this is what I've picked so far. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Great. Great. Bravo. Ojima, that's brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's brilliant. So let me give one more person an opportunity to say what they've learned so far in the okay, thank you. So I'm trying to look for some documents. So everything is going to be shared with us in our respective team levels. So I noticed that some of us have requested to join those teams on the WhatsApp group, but we intentionally delayed until now so that we can know who is really passionate, who is I'm going to call Christiana now, but let me conclude what I'm saying. So a lot of us, like you saw in our data, that we have over 90 people that showed interest. But if you can see, we are just about 26 on this call. So it shows who is really passionate, okay? And we are not really looking for multitude. We need people that would not be forced to do whatsoever they want to do, people that are self-motivated, okay? So, and even out of these 27, I'm not very sure if all the 27 are going to be successfully onboarded, because some didn't come yesterday. So if you are in that category and you were not around yesterday at all, and you feel you have not made 90% of attendance, please chat up any of the admin on WhatsApp group. Chat up any of the admin on WhatsApp group, and we're going to tell you the modalities of what you should do to be successfully onboarded. We're going to cross-check the attendance we have today and yesterday to know who are going to join us eventually. So if you feel that you have not been able to meet up with the target of the 90% attendance, ensure that you chat up any of the admins on the group, please. It's very important, and do that before the end of today, okay? Because by next week, the onboarding session is going to start. It's going to be done, and we're going to be given tasks. And because this February we should have. I'm not sure if we have any. Major event in February. Let me confirm. February. We're supposed to have a webinar series in this February. So let's see how it goes and all of that. So, okay. So, Christiana Adesai raised up her hand. So please, you have the floor. You can unmute yourself and speak on.
Yes, no, I was just trying to call your attention to someone actually dropped a summary on the chat, Robinson.
Oh, okay. Can you read that for us, please?
Okay, so Robinson said, from what I have learned, ERA is an organization focused on driving the global energy transition towards a sustainable future through literacy and advocacy, aiming to create a sustainable future powered by clean energy. ERA operates primarily through volunteers and focuses on activities like webinars, school outreach, and community engagement to educate and raise awareness about clean energy and climate change.
This is fantastic. This really summarizes everything we've been doing about. I mean, we've been talking about ERA. You made mention of a key word that ERA operates primarily through volunteers. Nobody is being paid, but very soon I can assure you, ERA will soon employing people because we are going to reach that level, okay? That we're going to be paying people, and it's going to be, we hope that it's going to be competitive. So, but for now, primarily we operate through volunteers, and our activities are focused on webinars, outreach, and community engagement. So, bravo, brilliant, Romanos Robinson. It's nice hearing from you, and I hope to see you on the group chat in one of those teams. So yeah, here we go. Maybe we need to begin to call it. I was going to ask if the volunteers code of conduct was addressed at our team level, because it's very important. If we have this large of community of people, code of conduct is necessary so that we can maximize our relationship together. Was ERA code of conduct talked about at the breakout rooms? Any of the team leads can please unmute themselves and talk.
Okay, so for my team, no, because of constraint of time.
Okay. Where else?
Yeah.
Mr. Mayowa, Shegun.
What do you say, sir? I can't hear you very well. I'm just trying to stream my head to.
So sorry. Okay, I was asking if you were able to discuss ERA code of conduct at the breakout room.
No, we're unable to achieve that. We're all able to just talk on our rules as a team for now because the time was kind of short.
Okay, all right, that's fine. What about Shegun David? Were you able to? Okay, Boluwatife Elusian, were you able to talk about it?
Yes, I think it was in the general. And for me, I just thought that time would be too short. So by the time I realized I should have actually discussed it, I had already closed the meeting. So, but I emphasized that our commitment is very important, and I think that was the most important thing for me. So I was like, at least we're four, including myself, we're four on the breakout room, and so I just emphasize that the four of us that it's our commitment that really matters and makes a difference at the end of the day. Like you mentioned, it's not about how many people, it's not about the number, it's about those who are actually committed. And even if it's just one person that's committed, that change can be made. So that was just the emphasis. Sure.
Okay. Thank you so much. So let me just assign. I need to get in touch with the speaker for the project management training. He's trying to reach out to me to see if it's possible. But let me just, so for the code of conduct, can Sister Christiana help me to run through it? I was supposed to do that, but please quickly help me to run through it in less than 3 minutes while I try to reach out to the speaker and see the possibility of bringing him up. So over to you, Christiana. Do you have the document with you?
Yes, I do. I'll be sharing my screen now.
All right, let me start mine.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
And am I audible? Okay. All right. Okay, so this are ERA's code of conduct. So just like Bro Joshua said, that we are committed to fostering a professional, respectful, and productive environment in which we are all able to work collaboratively towards the mission of climate change advocacy. So the code of conduct basically sections. We have the professional and integrity, where we ensure that we all act honestly and we are transparent in our actions and our communications. Also, we are to take responsibility for our actions. right, and be accountable to them, right? And we should also ensure confidentiality. We should respect, the confidentiality of sensitive information relating to ERA. I don't know if I don't think I need to speak more about that. And also conflict of interest, very important. It was something that, our speaker yesterday really dwelt on, right? We should understand that, we come from we have different point of view, different perspective. That doesn't mean that anyone is less important. So we should ensure that we avoid situations where personal interests may conflict with the interest of ERA. It's very important. Now, under respectful communication, and we should ensure that there is mutual respect, inclusive environment, right? Everybody's, perspective are welcome, constructive feedback, because at the end of the day, we want to ensure that, we what's the word, we reach and we we reach our goals at ERA and make impact. The tolerance for harassment. Yes, we have a strict no tolerance policies towards any form of harassment, bullying, or discrimination based on race, gender, age, religion, disability, or any other characteristics. Now, under ethical conduct and compliance, right, we are to ensure as volunteers to adhere to the legal and ethical standard at ERA. Right, and then environmental responsibility, we should ensure to uphold ERA commitments to environmental sustainability by minimizing resource waste. I mean, we are the one actually advocating for this, right? So we should also ensure that we are also actually adhering to these things, right, by conserving energy and encouraging sustainable practices. Then fairness and equal opportunities, right? So provide equal opportunities to all individuals, ensuring fair and equitable treatment in all aspects of ERA's work. Now, under collaboration and teamwork, right, we should ensure we have the team spirit, right, work collaboratively with others, contributing positive to the success of group efforts and projects. Each of us, right, we have to contribute to the success of ERA. So we should actually keep the spirit really high and ensure that we work together. Now, open communication, right? We should ensure we engage in transparent and open communication, relevant information promptly and adequately. Support for others. Please let's be supportive of each other's, right? Offering assistance, guidance, encouragement. Now, commitment. Bolu said a lot about commitment to ERA's mission and values, right? We should ensure we support and promote ERA's mission, vision, and objectives in a day-to-day activity. Like Joshua said, again and again, and keep ourselves accountable. Sustainability focus. We should promote environmental sustainability and clean energy in both personal and professional action. Social responsibility. We should understand and advocate for the importance of ERA's work in addressing global and local climate change. So we have a responsibility. Then civic engagement. We should actively engage with ERA's partners, stakeholders, and community in a positive manner, promoting ERA values and goals. I really hope you guys can still hear me. You can just thumbs up and all. So under digital etiquette, we should ensure appropriate use of technology, right? To use ERA's digital tools, platform, and resources responsibly and for work-related purposes, right? Very soon, we're actually at different team levels. We would know, the different resources and platform we'll be using to achieve our goals, right? So respect for online privacy. We should respect the privacy of others in digital communication, right? We should refrain from sharing personal information without consent. Then professional online presence. Maintain professionalism when representing ERA online, including social media. Refrain from posting content that may harm ERA's reputation. Now, accountability and reporting violation. Compliance with code. All members, volunteers, and staff are expected to adhere to this code of conduct at all times, right? And we should also endeavor to report any violation, right, that we witness or experience, right, to any of ERA's admins or supervisor in a confidential manner and also very respectfully. right? There are consequences for violation. We should understand that it may result in any violation of the code of conduct may result in disciplinary actions, including warning, suspension, or termination of engagement. So what we are actually doing is very, very important and very, very impactful actually for years and years to come. Now, we should ensure that everyone associated with ERA, including myself, right, we contribute to creating a healthy, productive, and respectful environment, right? So by following these guidelines, we can actually collectively work towards achieving ERA's goals of promoting clean energy and sustainability for a better future. So thank you for your commitment to upholding the values and principles that guide ERA's work. If you have any questions or you need clarifications, please reach out to an admin directly. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for that session, Christian Adisa. So without taking much of our time again, we are privileged to have the speaker for today's session, Mr. David Adeoye. I told us an unforeseen situation came up which made him not be able to come up early before now. So, but it's a privilege. He just feel he should relate with us, even within a very short time. He's not going to be spending the allotted time and the entire allotted time. So he's one of our advisors. Yes, he has been very helpful for Reboot Africa. So, Prince David Adeoye is a passionate advocate for value creation, personal growth, community development, guided by the belief that creatively productive individuals are the true essence of humanity. Prince Adeoye dedicates his life to helping others realize their potential and contribute to meaningful growth. With a deep commitment to education, entrepreneurship, and community development, Prince Adeoye has spent a significant part of his life working to build enterprising individuals, foster strong, peaceful communities, and create lasting business. We are honored to have Prince David Adeoye as one of our esteemed speakers on this call this afternoon, sharing his invaluable insights and commitment to transformative leadership. Can you welcome with me Mr. David Adeoye? So,
all right. Good afternoon, everyone. I would want to say I deeply apologize for not being able to make it to the allotted time earlier. I'm very, very sorry. I really apologize. And as it is now, I can as well afford to spend the 50 minutes that is expected of me. And the third thing is that my voice is not my real voice. It cracked. I'm just recovering it back. So you please accept my apology tendered in various ways. All right. And coming to what I'm asked to speak on leadership. Enough is said, whatsoever we use to qualify leadership is just simply we're trying to belabor the words leadership. The word leadership. There's no, I feel that leadership is just leadership. You can't say that it's good or bad. If it's leadership, it must be influential. If it's leadership, it must be inspiring. Right? And then if it's leadership, it must be driven by vision. So, and I want to speak heart to heart. I was like, even if I'm speaking for 15 minutes, I want to really speak to volunteers heart to heart. I've given my life, part of halfway of what I've spent on heart has been dedicated to volunteerism. I've been a volunteer for almost half of the life and what I've spent on half. And believe you me, it is a new employee status that we don't use in this part of the world. It is a new employee status that we don't use at this part of the world to be called a volunteer. When they say, what's your employment status? You can honorably put volunteerism there because it's seriously leadership. If you don't have the three phases of leadership, you can volunteer successfully. And I think that's the angle I would like to discuss with you as volunteers. I can see that we have about 28 of us here, 27 or 28 of us here, meaning above 20 of us are all volunteers to this commitment to Energy Reboot Africa, ERA. So to be a volunteer, a leader for that matter, I said the other time, there are three things. You have to have vision. There must be a vision. That vision must be inspiring and as well as influencing. Vision, inspiring, influencing. And then that's, to me, what volunteerism implies. If you're a volunteer and then you are not a leader, then I don't think you are a volunteer in the first place. You must be a leader. You must be a leader to be a volunteer. So each of you, I want to say heart to heart, coming to ERA to volunteer. Sincerely yours, you have to be a leader. You have to have a vision, which definitely have to borrow from the vision of ERA where you have come to volunteer. You have to be inspired by the leadership here and as well as be inspiration. Practice it daily. Nobody is coming to help you. Nobody is coming to motivate you per se to say you should stay in ERA or you should not stay. It's about your own vision. Why are you here in the first place? You are not here because you are paid, right? You are here because you believe in what this organization stands for as its core value, as its vision. And you are seeing your own personal life vision having something to do with what ERA is doing. You are attracted to it. So you would have to be strong there. You would have to see clarity about your own life vision, which is having some intersection with what ERA's vision is. That way you'll be able to flow. And then you know that, number two, you would have to be inspired and you also have to be inspiration to yourself first to start with. You would have to be inspired. Your vision has to inspire you and it has to influence you. So that is what will radiate around you to be able to draw more people, more resources, both human and non-human resources, to ensure that you are able to do why you are here in ERA. Because the going will get tough and only the tough will get going. And it's only those who have vision, whose vision inspire them and influence them to continue to do what they're doing, what they believe in. They are the only ones that will keep going when the going gets tough. I've been practically here in one foundation as executive director for like 5 years. I've been volunteering in one foundation for the past 7 years. For 7 years, almost 7 years. And about 5 years of it, I wasn't an executive director. I can't really say who I am. I just know that I am a volunteer, and it's not that I started as executive director. Do you understand? And then because of vision, my vision, which I could see that is well in alignment with what One Foundation stands for, and the fact that I'm inspired by my vision of seeing humans develop, human capital development, which is summary of what One Foundation stands for. I do things that people will be like, it must have been done paid for to do it. I have seen people that are paid and they can do it. Do you understand? So that's how much it's critical. Now, let me go to this aspect where I would like to conclude. There are also, again, Apart from those three core things I say about leadership: vision, inspiration, and influence, there are three things. Those ones are the things that define leadership, and a volunteer must have them. There are three other things again about leadership that a volunteer must have. You must have technical skills as a volunteer. It's not mediocrity that I'm volunteering and therefore let nobody push me around. Excuse me, nobody force you to come around. Is tiring for even your life to wait and then to be like, I'm volunteering, nobody should put. No. Have technical skills. Quite important. Because without them, you can't get things done. Have technical skills. Develop them. If that's what you gain for being in HERA, because you are here today and then this is capacity building, capacity building around soft skill, right? But then technical skills that you will need to execute what HERA stands for. The processes that have to be executed daily to ensure that the vision of HERA is achieved. You need to have it. It causes a lot of strain and then it devalues you if you don't have it. I'm sorry to use that word devalue. I don't mean to demean anybody. But if you don't have technical skill, it strains a lot of things, and then the way people view you here, even though you are volunteering, you'll be like, this person is not reliable. Give him task, give her task, and expect nothing back. So it's better not to show up here than to show up here and disgrace your ancestors. That's the truth. So you need to have technical skills. Technical skills. And what are those technical skills? Ask if there's no HR yet, ask. Okay, like take for instance, can you handle Google document? Google form, Excel. Can you handle writing? Let's say writing letter, putting it on letterhead, and all those things, those simple things that makes your organization's brand and then makes the organization to be able to communicate out. Like say you are assigned to contact me. Take for instance, you are assigned to contact me for this training. You are assigned to contact me for this training. Take for instance, and then take for instance, just briefly. So just I'm sorry, there is a tendency of you hearing some background noise. It's being corrected. How do you know? How wanna? So for instance, sorry, you are asked to handle a project, and then it has a lot to do with some technical things. You would have to know how to go about it, right? For the technical skill, I might not be able to elaborate more. Things like handling Canva for design, those are things that are critical and very important. Okay, let's move to the second thing you need to have: as self-efficacy, self-agency, technical skill. The second thing is administrative skill, people skill, people's management, team management. You will need it, especially communication. In it all, especially communication. Very, very important. Very, very important. Report instantly. Feedback. Very important. I'm given this task to do. This is what I have as planned. This is the way I look at it, that I will execute it. And then be at it, execute it. After execution, put review down in your conversation line. Maybe you're using Slack, you're using Microsoft Teams or something. Put it down there, and anybody that is working with you will know that this person is self-efficacious, and they will know where to come in for you. People management is not big deal of being an HR or something. Just communicate. Use communication for people's management. And then number 3 thing that you need to have is self-leadership. Self-leadership. Well, I know we are all going through a lot of challenges. We are all going through a lot of challenges, serious challenges. Some of us, we cannot share with others, and we are volunteers. Some of us are having serious financial constraint. We can't share with others. Do you understand? And then you'll be expecting that somebody should understand. Joshua, why is but Joshua? We are all Christian or something like that. Is that why he's talking to me anyhow like that? Those who are around me and know me know that when it comes to work, I sometimes act as if I don't have feeling. Not because I don't have, but because if we bring that in, nothing will be done. So self-leadership come to the point that you are not pitying yourself. You are telling yourself, I can do it. You are mustering all strength, all advantages from everywhere, and then you are not expecting somebody to understand. I'm sorry. Leave that person to his own understanding. Whatever you choose to understand, you should. But for me, I will be so let myself down. Don't pity yourself. You are going through a lot. True. But your next person, the founder of this organization, the next person to you is not God. Sincerely yours. It's not God. It's not your comforter. It's not the Holy Spirit. For those of us that are persuaded in Christian faith, it's not the Holy Spirit. It's not Jesus Christ that died for you. Right? You have those advantages. Go there and take the comfort you need to take. And behold, that's self-leadership. Behold, heal from every wound, every hurt. Quite important. Heal internally. Heal. Take every advantage you need to take to heal. When you are whole, then deal. All right? So while you come out to volunteer, please remember this and remember it for good that you need to heal. There are a lot of things that is hurting, wounds, injuries, lack, everything that should expect that people around you should understand this. Please, if they don't understand, it's not necessary that they should understand. It's you that should know that they are not actually meant to understand. By standard, they are meant to. But then when they did not understand, is your thing. Self-leadership, bring it that you go to higher source where you can get this, where it is actually ordained that you should get this comfort, this healing, this provision, this supply, so that you'll be whole, needing nothing. You'll be having abundance. And from there you can rise. Do you understand? To be able to do what you need to do without needing anybody to pity you. Arise and do what you need to do. So that's self-leadership there. You don't need to be told to do something. You know that, okay, this role that responsibility I'm taking, this role that I'm taking, this and this and this is, even if it's in the night, do it. Just do it. Let it be that everyone knows that this one is dependable. Give this guy this work, is dependable. Thank you so much, everyone. That's briefly what I have for you. Thank you for having me.
Wow. Thank you so much. We are so grateful to have you share that very short but powerful session with us. Thank you so much. We hope to see you some other time. Come to train us, and as we move forward in our activities. So thank you, everybody. So we have actually come to the end of the ERA Leadership Development and Volunteers Onboarding Sessions. Thank you, everybody that have participated since yesterday till now. We are so grateful to have you. We do not take anything for granted. So if I may request, I don't know, am I also even in good shape? So I think I can. I would want us to share, if you can, it's not compulsory, but if you can open your video and let's take some group photographs. So open your video and let's take some group photographs. Smile to the camera. I don't know. Okay. Stop sharing. All right. So if you are convenient opening your camera and showing your face, I want us to take a group photograph. Smile to the camera Okay, so if you're comfortable showing your camera, so let's do that so that we can have the faces of people that have been on course since. So wow, wonderful, beautiful faces. Wow, wonderful. So we are getting set. We are waiting for other people that are still turning on their camera. So let's take some group photograph. It's a day, it's not a night, so it's going to help us so we can see. All right, beautiful. Wow, wow, lovely. So are we already? Or people are still turning on their camera. So we want to take a group photograph. Wow, beautiful faces. Wow. You know, one thing that's amazing is that all of these people are not from Ibadan. You know, we are scattered all over the place. I mean, all over the country. Wow, lovely faces. Lovely faces. So I'm going to take I'm going to take this the snapshots now. This sniping tool or whatever they call it. So so 1, 2, ready, go. I'm going to do it 2 times. 1, 2, ready, go. Smile to the camera. Yeah. 1, group photograph taking. Group photograph taking. Okay. Come in. Great. So thank you everybody that have been taking. Thank you everybody for that. And we're going to meet on our WhatsApp groups at different teams level. So do have a wonderful weekend and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for the session.
Yeah.
Hope I was fine.
Bye. I wish you a very wonderful month.
Yeah.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you for the section.
Thank you so much too. It's nice seeing you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.